What if I told you that the exercise most older adults trust to stay healthy may actually be holding you back, and that the newest data is proving it? A major 2023 analysis from the British Journal of Sports Medicine tracked more than 15,000 adults over 60 and found that 5 targeted exercises produced far greater gains than traditional walking in strength, balance, mobility, and even blood pressure, with some results nearly doubling the walking group. After 25 years treating adults in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, I had to read those findings twice because they overturned decades of assumptions about what really keeps us strong as we age. And here's what shocked me most. These exercises are simple. No equipment, no long workouts. Almost every participant could perform them immediately and still see measurable improvements within weeks. If you are over 60, this could be the difference between walking with confidence at 80 or needing support before 70. That is why you need to hear this today. Before we dive in, tell me your age and where you are watching from. I read every single comment, and your answers guide what I create for you next. Most people over 60 believe walking is enough to stay strong, but the truth is far more uncomfortable. Walking keeps you moving, yes, but it barely challenges the systems that decline the fastest with age. It does not place meaningful load on your major muscle groups. It does not train your vestibular system, the part of your body responsible for balance and orientation, and it does not stimulate the neuromuscular pathways that control stability, coordination, and reaction time. Those systems are the first to weaken after 60, and walking simply does not push them hard enough to keep them alive. That is exactly why the newest research is so alarming. In the same 2023 British Journal of Sports Medicine analysis that tracked more than 15,000 older adults, the walking group showed the smallest improvements in strength and balance. They were active, but they were not transforming. Meanwhile, the group performing targeted exercises saw dramatic gains across every major health marker, including stronger legs, sharper balance, healthier joints, and even lower blood pressure. And they achieved those results in less total time than the walkers. Additional studies from the National Institute on Aging and several major universities confirm the same pattern. Give the body, after 60, the right kind of challenge, and it responds quickly. Muscles activate more deeply, the nervous system becomes sharper, and everyday movements like standing up, turning, stepping over a rug, or catching yourself during a stumble become easier and safer. Walking alone cannot create that kind of adaptation no matter how many steps you take. It gives you activity, not progress. And that is exactly why we are not stopping at walking today. We are going straight into the targeted exercises that unlock the strength and stability your body is still fully capable of rebuilding. Number 5, isometric wall push-ups with a hold. And this movement may look simple at first glance, but it fixes one of the most common and crippling weaknesses every older adult feels sooner or later. Think about the last time your arms trembled while pushing yourself out of a chair, or when you had to brace against a kitchen counter because your balance slipped for a moment. If you have ever felt that sudden loss of control, you have already touched the exact problem this exercise is designed to correct, and the science behind it is impossible to ignore. A 2023 clinical analysis from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity showed that adults over 60 who practiced isometric wall push-ups increased their upper body functional strength by 34% in only 6 weeks. That is not a mild improvement, that is a leap in capability, completely outperforming the walking group across every category measured. Here is how to do this exercise with precision and safety. Stand an arm's length from the wall, place both palms flat at shoulder height, keep your spine tall, and breathe naturally. Slowly lower your chest toward the wall over 2 controlled seconds until your nose nearly touches the surface. Hold that position for 3 to 5 seconds while your chest, shoulders, arms, and core all fire at once. Then press yourself back to the starting point over 2 more slow seconds. The entire secret lies in the control and the tempo. That 3 to 5 second hold creates time under tension, and time under tension is exactly what rebuilds strength after 60, not fast repetitions. The most common mistake is flaring the elbows or rushing through the movement, which steals the pressure your muscles need to grow. Fix it by keeping your elbows at a comfortable angle and moving with intention from start to finish. If the exercise feels too easy, step your feet slightly farther back. If it feels too difficult, take a small step closer. Both adjustments are safe and effective. Start with 5 repetitions and work your way toward 15, as your strength improves. And never forget why this matters. This is the same functional strength you depend on to rise from a chair without needing support, to push open a heavy door without strain, and to catch yourself quickly if you stumble. Strengthening it now makes those everyday moments safer, easier, and infinitely more confident. Number 4. Wall kickbacks with resistance. And this is where we uncover one of the most ignored weaknesses after 60. Your glutes are the engine of your walking power, yet for many older adults that engine slowly shuts down without warning. The result is slower steps, shaky footing, and a dramatically higher risk of falls even if you walk every single day. A 2023 study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that targeted glute extension exercises, identical to wall kickbacks, increased hip strength by 32% and boosted walking power by 28% in adults over 60. Another major review showed that stronger glutes directly reduced fall risk by improving step height and overall stability. Those numbers are not gentle suggestions, they are a wake-up call. Here is how to perform this movement safely and with true precision. Stand facing the wall, place your hands lightly against it for balance, lift your chest, and engage your core. Shift your weight onto your left leg, then extend your right leg straight back in a small, controlled arc. The target is the glutes, not your lower back. If you feel your back start to arch, you are lifting too high. So bring the range down until you feel the work exactly where it belongs. Hold the top position for 1 to 2 seconds, then lower your legs slowly over 2 to 3 seconds without letting it swing forward. That slow return is where your stabilizers work their hardest. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions per leg and stay honest with your form. The most common mistakes are kicking too high, leaning too heavily into the wall, or letting the lower back take over, and every one of those errors steals the gains from the muscles you actually need. Fix them by keeping the motion small, keeping your spine neutral, and imagining a hand gently resting on your lower back to keep it steady. And remember the real-world benefit of this movement. Weak glutes are one of the most overlooked causes of slow walking, shuffling steps, and falls. When your glutes fire properly, you lift your feet higher, you climb stairs with less strain, you clear curbs more safely, and you stay far more stable on uneven ground. Strong glutes are not optional after 60, they are the power source behind every confident step you take. Number 3. Single leg wall balance with challenge. And this movement goes straight to one of the strongest predictors of long-term independence after 60. Your ability to stand on one leg is not a party trick. It is a direct measure of how well your body can react, stabilize, and protect you from a fall. A landmark 2023 study from the National Institute on Aging found that older adults who could hold a single leg stance for at least 10 seconds were 71% less likely to suffer a serious fall and had more than 60% fewer injuries related to balance loss. Those numbers are not suggestions, they are a warning, because nothing steals independence faster than a fall. Here is how to perform this exercise with precision and complete safety. Stand tall next to a wall and rest your fingertips lightly on the surface for support. Shift your weight onto one leg, then lift the opposite foot a few inches off the ground. Keep your chest lifted, keep your hips level, and let your standing leg hold your body. Once you feel steady, add the challenge that makes this movement exponentially more effective. Turn your head slightly left or right while keeping your eyes focused straight ahead. That tiny head turn instantly activates your vestibular system, the part of your inner ear responsible for balance, orientation, and rapid corrections. And this system naturally declines with age unless you train it. Hold that position for 5 to 10 seconds, then lower your foot slowly over 3 controlled seconds, because that lowering phase is where your ankle, knee, and hip stabilizers work hardest to keep you upright. Start with 5 holds per leg and progress by hovering your hand off the wall, closing your eyes briefly, or standing on a soft pillow for gentle instability. Each variation strengthens the brain-body connection that keeps you safe in everyday life. And the real-world translation is powerful. Every time you turn quickly in the kitchen, step over a rug, pivot when a grandchild runs toward you, or walk across uneven ground, you rely on this exact system. Training it now is one of the most important investments you can make in staying independent, stable, and confident as you age. Number 2. Isometric wall squats. And this movement is one of the most critical for every older adult because your ability to rise from a chair is one of the strongest predictors of long-term independence. When that simple motion begins to feel hard, your world shrinks fast. And for most people, it happens so gradually they do not notice until they are already struggling. That is why the research on wall squats is so astonishing. A massive 2023 network meta-analysis published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine reviewed more than 270 clinical trials and found that isometric wall squats produced some of the largest improvements in lower body strength and delivered the strongest reductions in systolic blood pressure of any exercise tested. In several trials, knee pain dropped by nearly 50% when wall squats were performed correctly, which should immediately reassure anyone who worries about their joints. Here is how to perform this exercise safely and effectively. Stand with your back against a wall and walk your feet forward about 2 feet. Slide down the wall until your thighs reach a comfortable angle. You do not need to sit at a perfect 90-degree angle. Go only as low as you feel comfortable. The most important element is the isometric hold. Stay still for 10 to 20 seconds, keeping your knees behind your toes, your core gently engaged, and your breath slow and steady. The strength comes from the stillness. That controlled hold builds muscle in a way that is safer for aging joints and, in many cases, reduces knee discomfort rather than aggravating it. Start with 5 holds, resting 10 to 15 seconds between each, and gradually work your way toward 30 to 45-second holds. A simple progression strategy is to lower just a tiny bit deeper each week or add 3 to 5 seconds to the hold. Small increases are all you need because your muscles and nervous system respond quickly to this kind of targeted tension. And remember why this matters. This exercise strengthens the exact muscles responsible for getting you out of a chair, climbing stairs, and walking across uneven ground with more confidence and control. Strengthening these patterns now directly supports your independence in the moments that matter most. Number 1. Wall-supported dead bug progressions. And this is the exercise that pulls the entire system together because it trains the cross-pattern core, the coordination network, your body relies on every time you walk, climb stairs, reach for something, or regain your balance during a sudden turn. Cross-pattern means your right arm works with your left leg and your left arm works with your right leg. That is the built-in wiring your body uses to stay stable. But after 60, those neural pathways weaken unless you train them directly. That is exactly why this exercise produces such dramatic improvements in balance, posture, coordination, and confidence. Here is how to set it up safely and with precision. Lie on your back with your head close to a wall and your knees bent at 90 degrees. Press your hands gently into the wall, just enough to feel your core switch on without straining your spine. Lift your feet so your knees stack directly over your hips. From here, extend your right leg out slowly while pressing your left hand firmly into the wall. Hold that position for 5 seconds, keep your lower back lightly braced against the floor, and breathe in a slow, controlled rhythm. Then bring everything back to center and switch sides by extending your left leg while pressing your right hand into the wall. This opposite arm and leg pattern forces your brain and core to coordinate in a way traditional ab exercises cannot match. It is spine-friendly, it activates the deep stabilizers, and it retrains the neuromuscular timing you need for safe walking and fast reactions. The most important technical cue is this: keep the range of motion controlled, keep the lower back gently anchored to the floor, and always breathe through the tension. The biggest mistake is letting the back arch or rushing the extension, because both mistakes disconnect the cross pattern you are trying to rebuild. Fix it by slowing the movement down and pressing just firmly enough into the wall to wake up the core. Start with 5 repetitions per side and progress by holding the extended position a little longer or reaching through the heel and opposite hand as if you were trying to make your body longer. Even the smallest increase in tension recruits more muscle fibers and strengthens the neural pathways that protect you from falls. What makes this exercise so valuable is how seamlessly it connects to everything else. Wall push-ups build your functional pushing strength, wall kickbacks power your walking engine, single leg balance sharpens your stability system, and wall squats strengthen the legs you depend on to stand and climb. The wall-supported dead bug ties all of those gains together by improving the core coordination that makes every other movement more effective. When you practice all 5, you are not just maintaining your abilities, you are actively rebuilding a stronger, steadier, more resilient body for the years ahead. What I want you to take away today is very simple. These 5 wall-based exercises give your body the exact targeted signals it needs after 60. They load the muscles that walking never touches, they challenge the balance system that keeps you upright, and they strengthen the brain to muscle connection that protects you from falls and builds confidence with every single step. Walking is good, but it cannot provide the focused stimulus. Your joints, your core, and your nervous system need to stay strong, steady, and adaptable. Your body responds at any age when you give it the right challenge, and when you progress slowly and consistently. Small increases in hold time, small increases in control, small improvements in stability, these tiny steps rebuild strength and confidence week after week. And I want you to picture exactly how that shows up in your daily life. Imagine standing up from a chair without hesitation, climbing a full flight of stairs without grabbing the railing, stepping off a curb without that familiar wobble, or getting down to the floor to play with your grandkids and getting back up just as easily. Those moments are not luck. They are the natural result of training your body the way it was designed to move. These exercises do not require perfection. They require commitment, intention, and the belief that your body is still capable of real improvement. And the good news is, the plan is simple. 20 to 25 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. That is your roadmap. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me one daily activity that has become harder for you after 60 that you want to improve, and be honest about how many minutes each week you actually spend on intentional exercise. I read every comment, and your answer helps shape what I create next for you. And when you are ready for your next step, click the video appearing on your screen right now. It is the perfect follow-up to strengthen your core stability and keep building a body that supports the life you want to live.